beauty at Carolina is we believe that we're capable of doing that year in and year out. And it's just fascinating to see how they evolve throughout the year. They're not the same players they were now that they were in August. And part of it is just adapting to a new environment and a new system, new teammates.
As a player at this level, playing for an elite program like this, where did you see the most growth from year one and year two, and what was that year one like for you?
I think the biggest change is just the different role they had to play, becoming a person that had been in big moments from last year to this year, and last year coming off the bench at the beginning of the year, and then at the end of the year getting more and more minutes every game. So just my individual role was a lot more, and I need to contribute more to that.
For coach, and I guess you two too, the Dynamo has some North Carolina guys. Has there been any contact? Have they reached out to you guys, said good luck, anything like that?
Yeah, we very fortunate to have an amazing alumni group that is very, very supportive of our program and our players. And there's so many guys that have built this program to give us this opportunity. And we always look forward to hearing from them. Eddie Robinson, longtime Dynamo players.
And that's all she wrote. Carolina wins the title.
It's hard to put into words. Everybody wants to ask the question of what does it feel like, and when you're going through the moment of a championship game, you're so focused on the competition, and then it happens fast that all of a sudden you're holding a trophy. It's clearly a very special moment, special group of guys, as are all the teams, but when you can bring home a championship, that's something that you feel proud of. I think Carolina's a feeling. It's not a sentence, it's not a word, it's a feeling that you have to be part of and experience in order to really start to understand. When I go to work every day, and the coaches that are here that don't have a national championship, they're spectacular coaches, they're spectacular people, and I'm in awe of them every day. So you go and they're your colleagues and they're your friends, but they're also people you look up to. And to be in an environment where you can look up to your colleagues and model your colleagues and respect them almost in a kind of a fan type of way, as much as a peer way, it's so special.
This is Kelly Nash of the ACCDN bringing you Sunday's NCAA Men's Soccer Championship game. Charlotte taking on top-seeded North Carolina. Second half, no score. UNC's Ben Spies taking on multiple defenders and catches goalie Clay Davis sleeping. One more look, Spies with a great finish. Tar Heels go up 1-0. 1-0. It's the Tar Heels' second championship. 2001 was their other. They are the fourth different ACC team to win the championship in the last 5 years. The Tar Heels are also the second ACC team to win the regular season, conference tournament, and national title in the same year.
We're joined today by Tim Shells from men's soccer, and honestly, I'm a little surprised.
All right, as you can tell, Tim is from Burlington, North Carolina. No, from an originally German native, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, how'd you get all the way over here to Chapel Hill?
I was playing back home. I was playing 4th division and started to study next to it. And so I was like looking around, like what can I do to have the best experience of like playing at a good level, also studying. And so I ended up having a few friends who like came to the US and they all enjoyed their experience. So I was like, hey, might as well give it a shot and try to combine athletics and academics at the highest possible level. So that's how I ended up here in North Carolina.
What did you know?
came here. So.
What is the level of soccer comparison to playing at the college level to, you said 4th division, I think, in Germany? What's the level of competition comparison there?
I get this question a lot, and I always feel like it's very hard to answer that because of the different rules. So I think the biggest different rule is the subbing. So you can sub as often as you want here in college, and that just changes the game completely because there's a lot of teams who just press you for 90 minutes, and if anybody's tired, they just sub them off, and a few minutes later they sub them back on. So I'd say the intensity and the physicality here is very high compared to a European standard, because you can just maintain the pressure for a very long time of the game.
Sure.
And honestly, I was a little bit surprised of the technical level here, because it's always hard for us in Europe to know a lot about college and MLS, because you don't see it that often on TV. So it was hard for us to judge it, but the level here is very high.
If you had to compare and contrast Ted Lasso and Carlos Simoana, how would you do that?
I think the biggest difference is that Carlos knows what he's talking about in soccer.
How do all those kind of different cultures and places come together, and how is that facilitated?
I think it makes it even more easy because everybody has their own culture and their own backgrounds, but as much as you're individual, you know that everybody around you is as well. So I think you can take away a lot from that to just learn about other cultures, other people, and where they come from and what their history was. And I think one thing that helped us as a team a lot, because we are so diverse, is that before every season we do a Tell My Story, where we have a couple of days where every player can use the chance to speak to their teammates about their whole childhood, how they were growing up, what their challenges were, and then about their family background. So I think we get to know each other a lot in preseason, which just helps us throughout the season to understand each other and just to grow together as a family.
All right, before we let you
After a disappointing end to the ACC tournament, the men's soccer team is looking to its German transfer student Niels Bruning for a scoring spark heading into the playoffs. Dario Malave has more.
What's it like to be a standout player in a new country? German native Niels Bruning knows a thing or two about dribbling through that field.
I was never longer away from Germany than, 2 weeks. So that's pretty exciting for me to be here in a new environment, speak another language. But it's great.
Anytime you have an international player, the sport is the same, but the environment's completely different, and he's been great. He's adjusting very nicely.